Welcome them up here. It's Amos. This music will play.
Yeah, need that.
We'll just let it play a minute.
Yeah. This is just a good song. We should listen to it. We'll just go the whole 3 hours.
Yeah. We'll just play
Yeah, thank you to you guys and Gavin. Thank you. I had such a great day with the nonfiction group. That was super fun. Thanks for having me. Pittsburgh seems to be beautiful from what I've seen. So yeah, this is great. This is a lot of fun. Thank you for having me. I'm reading a thing that isn't a thing I wrote, but is like an email exchange I had with this guy that I met on Craigslist. And he was a dude who lives in Mexico City. Basically, I went to Havana in 2013 before the travel ban was lifted, so you had to go through wherever, but me and my then girlfriend went through Mexico City, and everything was fine on the way there. Basically, you just ask them not to stamp your passport, and they don't stamp your passport. But then we were like talking with people while we were there, and the woman we were staying with, and she was like, "Oh, everyone knows that. You don't need to even ask. It's fine." And we were like, "Okay, whatever." So on the way out, we didn't ask. I didn't get my passport stamped, but my ex-girlfriend did. So as soon as we were leaving the little, hut, we're like freaking out because if they see that, then there's all kinds of legal ramifications. I mean, at the time, I told her that I really wanted to go, and I told her like, "Oh, the worst thing that happens is they fine you. It's like $1,000 fine, like." Whatever. The truth is, like, I think it's like punishable up to imprisonment of some sort. I didn't tell her that at the time. But that's like extreme. That's extreme cases if you're like smuggling stuff. But anyway, so we're like freaking out, trying to figure out what to do. We're gonna pretend to lose her passport. We're gonna pretend to do all this stuff. But like, luckily, she kind of just smudged it right away, like as it was being, stamped down, so it didn't totally look like a Cuban stamp. So our big plan was just to hope they didn't notice. And drink all the whole way on the flight back. So that's what we did. And we get to customs in the US, and the dude flips through it for like 2 seconds. I was just like rambling uncontrollably. And she was like looking at me like, "Shut the fuck up, please." And the guy was just like, "You guys were in Mexico?" We're like, "Yep." He's like, "Cool, welcome back." Like, boom. We're like, okay. That was unnecessarily dramatic. But before that, I made her and us get rid of every like last piece of possible Cuban factoids, like anything they could pin on us. And the only thing I bought the whole time was this like really cool book of like trading cards, like colorful trading cards of like all the Cuban revolutionaries. I really wanted to bring it back, but we had to leave it. But I was like, I'm not giving up on this yet. So I left it at the hotel desk at the Mexico City airport. My big plan was to find someone to ship it to me in the US. So I didn't give up on it. I put up an ad on Craigslist, and I offered a whopping $20 to whoever would send it to me. This guy Pablo hit me up, and we had an exchange that I'm going to share some of with you now. Okay, so it starts out pretty normal. He says, "I can find, pick up, and send whatever you need. Just give me a description of the item or items you seek here in Mexico. I am 100% bilingual in English and Spanish, and I follow directions to the letter. Thank you." Pretty psyched, like this sounds like the perfect guy. It's excellent. It's at the Holiday Inn Dali at the airport. It's an animated book, blah, 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 blah. I left it under my name. I just need you to pick it up and mail it to me, and then in parentheses, the cheapest way possible, because I'm going all out on this, to my apartment in NYC. I can pay you the $20 up front. I'm very generous. Then I can cover the shipping costs once it's in the mail. Sound good? It says, okay, I will go to the hotel and ask the concierge an item under your name. Once I have the item, I'll proceed to a UPS or DHL outlet and have the item shipped to your address. Is that correct? I'm just like, yes, like perfect. Yeah, you're killing it. So I go so far as to give him more responsibilities. I tell him like, can you just give him a call at the hotel first? It should be at the concierge, but it's been about a week, and there's a chance they've moved it elsewhere or possibly thrown it out. Let me know if they have it. He kind of go back and forth for a bit, and he understandably asks for me to confirm that, so I go ahead and do that. We square away all these little things. We have Thanksgiving, we get through Thanksgiving, we finally talk again, and it's on. It's been a lot of build up, but it's gonna happen now. So I'm just like hitting him up, and he writes back, "Sure, it's a book, right? At the Holiday Inn airport, right?" Him confirming that it was a book at this point along the proceedings should have been a warning sign, but I just kind of rolled with it. I was like, okay, yes, it's a book. What's your email? I send him the money on PayPal. And then I get this email back after a little bit, and this is when things got bad. He writes, I went to the Holiday Inn at the airport and asked for a book that was left there. I gave him a description of the book. I told him it was a book about Cuba. I mentioned my name and your name. The lady that was at the counter went to look for it. Then she spoke with somebody. She came back and told me they were looking for it. She said she remembered seeing the book, but that it was placed somewhere. She didn't know where, by which other employee. I waited for like 10 minutes, then they asked me if I had a telephone number where they could contact me and if I had an ID. At that point, I just got fed up with the runaround and left. Tell this people at the Holiday Inn to confirm to you if they have the book or not. I will try one more time, but please make sure the book is there. So yeah, you know, it's not great, but it's not a total loss. And then he hits me up again because I was kind of like, you know, I'll confirm with the hotel because I haven't heard from you. I still have the information. There's something else you'd like me to send. You know, I call them back. I confirm they have it. Okay, confirm. You know, they know to expect you, and they ask that you bring ID. Then he stops responding. So I write, hey man, did you get a chance to grab it? He doesn't say anything. I say, hey, following up, any word? He doesn't say anything. And I go, hey, can you get back to me, please? He doesn't say anything. And then I say, beginning to feel like you're ignoring me? And finally he says, I apologize, I've been busy, what's the latest? I say, no worries, talk to them, they have it at the concierge, confirm, they know to expect you, and ask that you bring ID. When can you stop by? No word again. I say, did you grab it? You don't worry. I say, did you grab it? No word. I say, hey man, can you please get the book and ship it to me or return my money? Nothing. Hey man, can you please get the book and ship it to me or return my money? Nothing. Now I'm just like, just for the principle, I'm upset, you know, so I write, Pablo, what the hell? Pablo, man, what the hell? Still nothing. Please respond, send me my $20. And then I guess I kind of started losing it because I just write, Pablo with a lot of A's and O's. Then just one that just says pa, and another that says blow, and then just a P, and then just an oblo. And so finally, after a while, he sends me this, and this is when it kind of gets dark. He says, okay, here's the situation. 2 problems. I've been visiting family in northern Mexico for the last 2 weeks, so I'm not anywhere near Mexico City right now. I was planning on returning next month, but that's now iffy because I've been offered a job here in Tamaulipas, Mexico, recruiting girls to work in a modeling agency. The job seems promising, so I might stay here. Your $20 have been spent. So they were spent that day that I went to pick up the book, and they were unaware, totally caught off guard when I visit, and they didn't know what I was talking about, and they asked for ID. Second problem, I don't have ID. I don't have an official Mexican ID, so that's the situation. I'm sorry, but I haven't been able to email to you because I haven't had internet access. I know and understand you sent those $20 in good faith, and I did attempt to keep my end of the deal, but things didn't turn out exactly as you had said they would. I can't return the $20 because they have been spent. But what I will do is still be willing to send you anything else you might need from here in Mexico. Specifically northern Mexico, because it seems that's where I'll be for some time now, recruiting girls. So I'm trying to salvage something out of it, and I say, okay, what is the best thing you can send me from northern Mexico? What is the greatest goods of Tamaulipas that you can send? And he answers earnestly, I can send you anything you want or need. If it can be found here, I can send it. I know you're probably a businessman. Very true. So if we can come to an agreement on whatever you need, whether it's an item, a product, or any type of information, I can put in the effort in finding it and sending it to you. You've already invested $20, and I want to make sure that money wasn't wasted, so whatever you want or need. Then this is where it really gets dark. Some of the things that I can send you are athletic performance enhancement medications, unique Mexican folklore art, original pictures and videos of real amateur female models doing what you want in front of a camera, and basically anything else you might need. Just give me ideas and suggestions of what you might need, and I will look into it. I owe you that. So now he's offering me drugs and like weird pornography, and I'm trying to get away from that side of things. So I just double down on the, you know, I still want my money's worth, I guess, but I double down on the unique Mexican folklore art. So I say, how about unique Mexican folklore art? What is your favorite kind of folklore art? What do you recommend? He says, I don't know, I don't have a preference, I just know it's out there for sale. You can give me some ideas on what you would like to possibly get. I can look into seeing if I can find it for you. I can even take pictures of the items that are closest to what you were looking for. I tell you the asking price. You know, very, very kind of him. Then I say, I appreciate that. Thank you, Pablo. How about paintings of horses, people riding horses? So he says, okay, so you're interested in finding some paintings, original, I assume, of horses or of people riding horses. Is that correct? 100% correct. You got it. He's back. We're like back now. He says, I found this fellow that draws and sketches anything you ask for. Any kind of drawing, he will draw it from his mind or from any picture or photograph you provide. It's great. $50 per original drawing. I say, oh wow, that sounds great. I just want to confirm. So I ask him, he's a unique Mexican folklore artist. Just so I have a better understanding of his strengths and weaknesses, can you ask him if he could possibly draw a man riding a horse, helmet on, a man riding a horse, helmet off, a dog on top of a horse, no helmet or leash, a dog and a horse side by side, neither riding one another. And he gets back to me and says, okay, I'll ask him to draw one of those drawings. I met him last weekend on the town square where he sits on a stool and sells his drawings. Today's a very cold day here in Mexico, so he won't be at the town square today, but I know where he lives. He gave me his address and I asked him so I can get in contact with him. He doesn't have a cell phone or Skype account. I will go visit him and ask him to draw you one of the drawings he requested. We get into some of the logistics of the money, $50. I send him 20 and he needs 30 more on top to get this going. I'll scan you the image and you'll ship the original, blah, blah, blah. So I still just want to kind of make sure, I'm like, great, what's his style of horse drawing? Here's an example of a horse if he needs one, and I send him a link to it. Two horses kind of kissing, and looks like it's a nice one. And he says, I'm going to talk to him this week and show him the picture of the horses. I'll let you know if he's willing to draw them. Gets back to me, yes, he will pencil, sketch, draw the horses, but he won't start until he sees the money that will pay to him up front. Again, very, very logical. And he says, I kind of stopped responding for a while. He goes, I hope you've been okay. I haven't heard from you. Again, very kind of Pablo. I say, how have you been? How is everything up north? He says, I've been okay, just getting by. I'm actually looking for a job. Do you know of any way that we can work together, you and me, to make money together? I'm in need of an opportunity. I really don't want to enter into the criminal life here in Mexico, which is so easy to do. And I say, if you pick up a book for me at the Mexico City airport, I can pay you $20. JK, winky, smiley face. And I say, I strongly encourage you to stay away from the criminal life. Do you know how to break dance? Just kind of throwing it out there. And he said, break dance, I dabbled in that when I was a kid. Why? Are you looking for someone that can break dance? I could probably find some kids or teens that might be real good at that. Are you looking for a specific talent? I can write short stories and such. I have a very vivid imagination. I can put those thoughts and ideas on paper. But to find someone that can take me seriously in that regard has proven to be very difficult. Writing something worthwhile takes time, and time is something that is really becoming more and more of a commodity these days. What I really need is a sponsor. Someone that is willing to sponsor me to write anything from a short story to a novel. For that sponsorship, I'm willing to sell a majority, if not all, of the royalties my written work produces. Let me know what you think of this. I'm also available for ghostwriting opportunities and any other opportunities except picking up books at Mexican airports. That might help me avoid a life of crime, become just another murder statistic in this country. He's really trying to tug on the heartstrings right now. Why don't we co-write a book together, you and me? A suspenseful international spy thriller where the protagonist character must either pick up an item in a public place in a foreign country or must convince a total stranger in that country to pick up the item for him in a public place. Like, I don't know, an airport maybe? No, we've got like inside jokes together. Let me know what you think. Let's see if we can work something out together. I need to make some money before I end up at an airport begging people for money and for books. And then I just say maybe a screenplay, and that was it. I never heard from him again after that. Thank you guys.